Hey everyone, it's your boy, the Stutter God. I'm back with another video. Now, like I said in my other video, today I'm going to read the first chapter of my story that is called Genetically Discarded. Right? Now, like I said before, I made this on Wattpad or Warpad or whatever how you pronounce it. I'm pretty sure it's the first one that I pronounced instead of the second one, but to each their own. Either way, though, we are going to read chapter 1, and then probably chapter 2, just so I can rank up my video to so that it's past about the 5-minute mark. But with that being said, let's get this started. And before I do, I just want to say again that I am no expert. This is my first time doing something like this, so bear with me here. Alright, let's do this. The cool wind blows in my face. I could barely feel it. Due to the racing of my own heart, my grip tightens, and somewhere in the background I can hear Abigail's all too familiar howls. I smirk, pressing on the accelerator, going well beyond the speed limit at this point. I didn't care though. This is the most fun I had in a while. The others didn't hesitate to follow my lead. Picking up speed, they begin to form a tight circle around me, all while keeping a safe distance. Despite the wind blowing in my ears, I can distinctly hear a variation of hoots and hollers. Now this is what now this is what I call a ride. Ace yells over the wind, glee just oozing from her tone. Beside her, Jack nods, grinning far wider for it to be normal. I turn, zooming past cars and unexpected pedestrians. "Ramp!" Taya yells, speeding forward, separating from the group. We followed her lead. Up ahead was a decent-sized ramp, attached to some kind of truck. Giving the bike all she got, Taya speeds forward. Not a second later, she soars through the air, gaining some serious height. I watch as she lands back down, momentarily looking like she's about to crash. Fortunately, she gains back control. I went after her, leading by her example. For a second, the world went still. I smile, my heart beating. Sorry, guys. I smile, my heart beating being the only sound I could hear. For a moment, I felt free, like I wasn't bound to anyone or anything. Then I landed back down, back to the thing I hesitate to call reality. Unlike Taya, I didn't have any problems maintaining control of my bike, and luckily so did everyone else. Taya's slow, so I can get in front again before speeding back up. Together we continue to speed through downtown, passing cars, red lights, and street signs. Suddenly, Ace yells that there's a ATM up ahead. Grinning, Jack reaches into her pants pocket, pulling out a single deck of cards. She looks at me, her grin wide and unnerving, her gaze pleading, almost making my heart melt. I shrug, letting out a laugh, yelling over the wind to let them have it. She giggles as a green light shines on her hand before quickly enveloping the card. A second later, she throws it at the incoming ATM, which proceeded to light up like fireworks on 4th of July. People nearby screamed, running for their lives. I think I messed up there. People nearby screamed, running for their lives. I think I should have put a comma or something right there. But anyways, we quickly made our way out of that specific specific area. I can't pronounce it. Not before laughing our ashes off like Joker crazed maniacs. Unfortunately, nothing good can never last long. As we made our way uptown, Abigail's ears began to perk up. Not a second later did 4 PFF vehicles came flying out behind us. Abigail was quick to raise the alarm. We looked back to see what was all the fuss about. We looked back to see what was all the fuss was about. Something like that, yeah. Naturally, when we saw who was behind us, we more or less understood. Suddenly, a helicopter comes over us, shining a bright light. Pull over immediately or we will take drastic measures. Suddenly, this night just got a whole lot more interesting. I look across from me, making eye contact with Jack. I said the only words that came to mind. Light 'em up, fire! Oh. Okay, I'm done. Alright. In response, Jack pulls out 7 more cards from her pockets, each one becoming surrounded in a green light. Suck it, assholes, she yelled before throwing them at the cars behind us. I piled too little on the engine, causing a massive explosion. The other 2 vehicles managed to swerve out the way just in time. Give them everything you got, I yelled, focusing to our motorcycles before blasting forward. We did as they were told, no questions asked. Exactly what I expected from them. Family trusted one another after all. The last 2 vehicles somehow kept up with us, leaving me to wonder if they had a latest upgrade. PFF vehicles were fast, don't get me wrong, but never like this. Clearly, we needed a plan. Or at the very least, some way to lose the helicopter. We couldn't risk it falling on top of us. I sigh, having a plan in mind, but not liking it in the slightest. Taya, Abigail, you're with me. Ace, Jack, you 2 stick together. We all looked at me, clearly not liking the idea of splitting up. Nonetheless, they trusted me. That trust is what kept them alive all these years. Ace and Jack made a left turn, while Abigail, Taya, and myself made a right. The 2 PFF vehicles split up while the helicopter stayed on me and the girls. I turned, leading them and the vehicle into small alleyways. The first one... I just said vehicles. I said vehicles. It should have been vehicles. Anyways, the first one, the truck managed to get through. I didn't need to say the truck. Why did I say the truck? Guys, what was I thinking? What spelling error is this? The first one would have just been fine by itself. Why did I have to put the truck? The fuck? That's when you think I'm actually good at this writing thing. Anyways, managed to get through. Fortunately, the second proved to be far too small. I can hear Taya cheering in victory while me and Abigail were meeting on guard. After all, we might have lost the truck, but the helicopter, on the other hand, is another problem entirely. It was too high for any of us to manage, so that we had no choice but to keep running and hopefully lose it. Easier said than done, am I right? We passed through dozens of alleyways, but that didn't seem to do much but make us look like idiots. In the distance, I could hear sirens blaring, making it painfully obvious. If we don't do something soon, we will end up surrounded. Suddenly, Abigail stops, making us halt as we look back at her. She jumps off the bike, landing on a big metal object on the ground. It took us a second to realize what it was. A tunnel. More specifically, a tunnel leading to the sewer. Before we could react, Abigail had Let me slow down. Before we could react, Abigail already had the thing open. Taya and I looked at each other before grinning like mad. Abigail, I know that's not what I put down, but it makes much more sense that way. Abigail jumped down first. I followed shortly after. As soon as I did, Taya appears beside me. We followed our local bloodhound through the sewers, hoping beyond hope that we will find some way out, and soon. Taya spits on the ground. It's the gotta do the voice. It's the PFS fault we're even in this mess. I hate them. Get in line, sister, I remark in a calm tone. Taya, like the rest of us, has a bone to pick with the PFF one way or the other. For Taya, they caused the death of her sister, a sister whom she loved dearly. Ever since then, she had a bone to pick with every PFF member she can see. That, as you can imagine, caused us a lot of problems in the past. I gotta slow down. I keep rushing. We proceeded to travel in the sewers for what felt like hours. Admittedly, I know for a fact that I'm over-exaggerating. We were in there for about 37 minutes tops. After a while longer, Abigail stops, sniffing around until her nose points upwards. Above her head is another sewer entrance. With one inhuman leap, Abigail was on the very top. With her strength, she pushes it open, allowing the street lights to shine down on us once more. I jump up, clearing a few feet off the ground before reaching the top with relative ease. Yeah, I didn't need to put that before. So erase that before. Let me try that again. I jump up, clearing a few feet off the ground, reaching the top with relative ease. There we go. I climbed out to find Taya already waiting for me. I answered the unspoken question that was undoubtedly on both of their minds. What do we do next? We retrace our steps, and hopefully by now Ace and Jack have managed to get away. I was being hopeful at least. Not that I doubt their abilities one bit. After all, both of them are a force of chaotic destruction. The only thing stopping them from killing us outright is one thing and one thing only: loyalty. That and the fact that we're practically family at this point. You know what my dude sounds like? What's that nigga from Fast and Furious? Dominic Toretto? I think that's his name is. Toretto, that's his name. You know, yeah, the guy that guy that always preaches family. Yeah, I'm starting to realize that my character's starting to sound just like him. Like, bro, a few sentences now, you just keep saying something about family. Like every few sentences, family, right? Yeah, I wrote this a long time ago, right? I'm just now noticing how crazy that seems. You know what I'm saying? Like family this, family that, loyalty, family. Like what the fuck? Oh God. But don't worry, guys. In my opinion, it gets better. Hopefully. Alright, so anyways. Getting out of the alley, we used every available building as cover. We had no way of knowing if the helicopter was still wasting lucky was still the fuck? Wasting? Niggas waiting. Past Tyson, what the fuck were you thinking? It's waiting, bro. Are you having a spelling seizure? The fuck are you writing? What is this? Some type of X-Men comedy? I don't know, guys. Tyson is terrible. He needs to go back and redo every single thing. But he's probably not. Because he's probably already tired of doing all that. That's probably too much for him. Tyson a quitter. Alright, so anyways. Lucky for us. I should have said luckily. Luckily for us. Wait, what? What the fuck? What is this sentence? Is it not a way of knowing how it was still wasting luckily for us? Okay. Clearly, whoever wrote this had a spelling seizure. So we're going to skip that part because I'm not even going to try to decipher all that. No. Anyways, fortunately, neither of us spotted anything out of the ordinary. That just leaves us with two. I could do so much better than this. Anyways, that just leaves us missing two valuable members. If that wasn't bad enough, we didn't think to set up a meeting place in case of emergencies. Something that didn't come to mind in the past since we usually remained together. I now realize it's too late how foolish I was. Unfortunately, there's little I can do about it now. As I was thinking this, Taya caught something in the corner of her eye. Guys, look, she called out, pointing. We look at what she was pointing at. God, I need to... I know I'm reading too fast. That's the thing. I'm reading too fast. I need to slow down. I need to find the right rhythm. Okay. We saw homeless people. One male and the other female. Both were fast asleep, wearing two identical black hoods. Not only that, but a large white sheet covered the both of them. Once again, we looked at each other. A second later, I shrugged, allowing Abigail to step towards the couple. A moment of screaming and slashing sounds later, we walked out. Taya sighed, putting her newly acquired hood up. I did the same as Abigail followed closely behind. But she's doing a good job of covering her up as well. Overall, we should be more difficult to spot if the helicopter is still around. That doesn't solve our current missing two twins problem. Okay. That doesn't solve our current missing twins problem. Why did I write this? Why? I stopped here. I really thought this was a next level shit. I really thought this. But I was tripping. Oh my god. Though Abigail could pick up their scent. From there we would have no... Though Abigail could pick up their scent. From there we would have no choice but to hope that we will find them soon. What am I reading, bro? Oh my god. Alright, I gotta do this. I'm already wasting mad time. Worst comes to worst, we would be led into a wild goose chase. I never really liked those animals. Why? Why? Why did I put this there? Why did I feel like the audience actually needed to know something so small like that? Why, Past Tyson? Why? Oh my god. Hey guys, I don't think that the helicopter is going to be a problem for us anymore. I looked confusingly at Taya, only to find that she was busy looking at a TV through a glass window. On the screen, so that exact same helicopter apparently had been crashed in the middle of a busy road, killing at least dozens of people. The pure carnage it made looked like hell on earth. I immediately knew the pair caused it. What pair, bro? Like, I get you guys on for twins, but I should have been more detailed in what I meant. One less PFF member to worry about, Taya smirks. There was no empathy in her eyes for the innocent people who lost their lives. Abigail wore a similar expression, if not a little more feral due to her animal-like features. I stared numbingly at the carnage. Deep down, I knew that I should feel guilty. After all, it was particularly my fault so many died. Yet nothing came to surface. No anger, hate, sadness, nor guilt. Nothing. Just the odd numbness you would feel after being out in the cold for too long. We watched as ambulances began pulling up to the scene. By then I knew it was already too late. As we watched the news, the reporter started to speak. Alright, okay. Please, to the love of God, Tyson, make this decent. Okay, here we go. Vistas Inn. A helicopter has crashed near downtown. Officers report 18 dead and at least 25 wounded. The culprits responsible? None other than the local troublemakers. A split second later, the scene changed. Now stood 5 individuals with mugshots. The first one is a white black-haired girl about average height. Okay, we slow down. Like you already said, it's like you already know you're going too fast, Tyson. So slow the fuck down. The first one is a white black-haired girl about average height. Her hair is short, making her have a boyish aspect. She wore a blue sleeveless shirt with matching jeans. She glares at the camera with her dark brown eyes. Her expression is that of pure hatred. She held up a sign displaying her full name. It said even holds or hold. I don't know. Taya Dapper Ross. Or Taya. No, it's Taya. Yeah, Taya. The second is a dark-skinned, brown-haired girl. Her hair is much more ruffled and unkempt, unlike the first girl. However, what stood out about her was her features. The girl had 2 large canine-like teeth capable of doing some serious damage. She also had long pointing fingernails. Large amounts of hair can be seen on both her arms, nearly covering them up entirely. She wore seemingly handmade clothing that looked torn and tattered as hell. She stood around 5 foot and 4 inches. Her expression is that of a wide, toothy smile. Her eyes stood out the most. Her eyes stood out most of all, for they were gray and cat-like. Just like the other girl, she held up a sign displaying her name. Abigail Varona Rome? What the fuck? I don't know. Like, is this middle name actually real? Like, why that, bro? I'm starting to think this is the worst story I could ever make. It makes no sense. Like, does this make sense to y'all? It's not making sense to me. All right, I gotta wrap this up. The third picture is that of a set of twins. each slightly above average height. Both girls were thin like the rest, with odd colored hair. Both were set in a short ponytail. Excuse me. The left was dark black, while the right was as white as snow. That's their hair. I'm not talking about their hair. Just make sure y'all weren't confused. Also, both girls were incredibly pale, a condition that they had since birth. They wore a button-up striped shirt. They also wore matching black pants. Both girls had bright, mismatched eyes, one blue and green, while the other had blue and orange. That alone is the only indication to tell the twins apart. Both had wide, crazy expressions. In their hands, like the others, a sign displaying each of their names: Ace, Chesley Deck, Jack Millie Deck, Chesley. I don't know why I put that there. I don't know what that. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Chesley, Chesley. What the fuck is it called? Tyson, why did you write this? This is an abomination. Like, you already know, no one is sitting here enjoying this video. Fuck. Why was I so bad? Why did I think this shit was popular? Like, I really thought I was writing some like gold mine material right here. I really thought this shit was tight. It's not. The last one is that of a dark skinned boy. He had short dreadlocks that go as far as the base of the neck. He stands around 5'8" in height. He wears a dark shirt and pants with a silver outline on the sleeves and pockets. His expression is mutual as his expression is mutual as his light brown eyes stare. Bruh, why did I just add a period to that sentence? I could as easily as a period. But I didn't. Making a sentence have no sense whatsoever. Like, come on. His expression is mutual as his light brown eyes stare calmly at the camera. I could add like a period. I don't know. He grips the sign in his hands. First name unknown. Riley. Bruh. I don't know. I don't even know what to say anymore. Bruh. You know what? I'm just gonna stop here. I'm starting to think this is a bad idea. So I just go back to making what if videos. I feel like I'll just go back to doing that. Because I don't know anymore. This turned out to be quite awful. Like, this is like one of the worst videos I could have make. I'm still gonna post this though, even though I shouldn't have. But before I do, there's like other stories that are probably better than this. There's like a story called A Different Type of Loud, about that loud life, A Pair of Free. Nigga! There we go. Walking Dead, Tough Love, It's Villain Time, and Black Lineage. Right? So with that being said, if you guys want me to read any of these stories, please put their names down in the comments, and I'll gladly do that. And before I go, I would like to apologize for even making this type of cringy content, because I know for a fact this was terrible. This is a terrible idea. This really was a terrible idea. I don't know why I decided to do this. I have no idea. But with that being said, I thank you guys for watching, even though I know y'all aren't. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.